All right, for more on this, let's call on our good friend and colleague, Rodrigo Faez. He's our La Liga insider here on Fútbol Americas. No doubt you've seen him all over our coverage of the Spanish top flight here on ESPN in Spanish. Rodri, great to have you here with us on the show. The last time I saw you anyway, we were dominating the pickup soccer fields in Qatar, so great to have you with us.
Dominating.
Yeah. Hello, Sebi. Hello, Herculez. Yeah, I remember that time. I think it was in December when we were in that World Cup, and I was with this Sporting Gijón jersey at the same time. So thank you very much, because this is the first time on my ESPN history that I am on air, on camera, with my jersey. So thank you very much for having me, and thank you very much for showing the world.
There you go. Fútbol Americas, where we allow people to truly be themselves. That's the motto here of the show. All right, let's talk about Gio Reyna, man. It looks like there's a lot of interest from Spain in this player. ESPN mentioning Sevilla, Real Sociedad, Villarreal as well. Rodri, tell us a little bit about what you're hearing about this interest and what the chances are that you think Gio Reyna will end up this January transfer window in Spain.
Well, first of all, we gotta say that this is something that Gio Reyna would need, because he needs more regularity. He needs to be more constantly playing, and I think that he needs a more comfortable atmosphere. If I look back to his era at Germany, I think that he may be a little bit more calm down here in Spain. And indeed, there are two main clubs which are, for me, the front runners to get him, which are Real Sociedad and Sevilla, as you mentioned before. Maybe Villarreal could be on that race also, but I think that maybe Real Sociedad could be the main team for Gio Reyna. First of all, because they are used to work with young people, they are more open to get people like Gio Reyna, and they are more used than Sevilla to be in a comfortable situation. If you see how Sevilla are working now at the moment, you would see that Sevilla are in chaos. They are in a war on the pitch, and they are in a war outside the pitch because of the president are in, trying to slag off the former president. And I think it's not as comfortable as it should be for Gio Reyna to play for Real Sociedad. So that is why Real Sociedad could be a great chance for him to show how he could perform in La Liga. And I think that the way Real Sociedad and La Liga is for Gio Reyna is much better than Bundesliga.
You know what? I couldn't agree more about the technical and tactical fit that is La Liga for Gio Reyna. If you remember, Seb, we did specials over the winter, and in my winter wish list, transfer-wise, for Gio Reyna, it was Girona. Girona doesn't look like it's going to happen right now, but Real Sociedad under Imanol Alguacil, that's a great possibility just in the tactical setup. He can play anywhere in that front line, sans the 9 position, but ideally centrally. Mikel Moreno is a player I think he can slot in right there. Mikel Moreno and Gio Reyna, even though Mikel Moreno is 6-7 years older than him, have pretty comparable numbers in terms of style of play, in terms of assists and goals. I think that could be something of worth for a team like Real Sociedad, but I agree with Rodi when we're talking about Sevilla. You want to stay as far away as possible from that. Ever since Monchi left and he went to Aston Villa, this team has been on the outs. This team's been going down after that Europa Liga win over Mourinho and Roma. They're about to get relegated in La Liga. You see what type of team it is. They've gone through coaches, like underwear. Stay away from there. But as far as a league-wide fit for Gio Reyna, I think it makes sense.
Hey, he really needs, though, Herc, when we look at Gio Reyna, minutes, right? I mean, since the start of the season with Borussia Dortmund, he's got 320 minutes played. That's almost nothing, just the one start, really not getting opportunities. Real Sociedad is a great team, right? Top 6 right now in Spain, in the Champions League, real possibilities for European football. In the short term, obviously, it's there, and then in the long term. But, Rodri, this is a good team for something they're where they are, right? Of course, you can tell me Sevilla's chaos, but I'm thinking Gio Reyna needs to play. He could go to a place like Sevilla, and maybe in that chaos, there's more opportunity. Is Gio Reyna going to Real Sociedad and walking into a starting spot? Is he going to get real minutes on this team? Because that's what American fans want. They want a good fit, but they want a place where they know he's going to play, Rodri.
Yeah, I understand that question, Sebi. But for example, if I were Gio Reyna at this moment, I would say, okay, I could go to Sevilla and prove my personality, my character, and try to say, okay, I'm here to succeed and try to help Sevilla to be up in La Liga table. But at the same time, it's like, okay, I'm going to a place where Quique Sánchez Flores, the coach, I mean, he just arrived and he's a more defensive coach than Imanol. Imanol is the kind of coach that he wants to play with youngsters. He loves to play a little bit more in an attacking way rather than Quique Sanchez Flores that is more defender. So that is why, in between both, I would go to Real Sociedad because, first of all, Imanol is, for me, much better coach than Quique Sanchez Flores, and the project that he's going to be involved in is going to be much more positive, and the atmosphere is going to be much more better for him, that he needs to land in La Liga and try to say, okay, I'm not going to win every single game because this is not Sevilla. They don't really need a Real Sociedad to win every single game to be higher in La Liga table. So that is why, Real Sociedad for me is much more positive for him rather than Sevilla.